Question everything, for the truth should not be televised. And that's for sure. So with that, you got a lot going on out there, man, when it comes to what's happening with our people, when it comes to the system of equality and justice for all. But for some reason, when it comes to us getting justice and we're the ones calling the police to get the help, do you notice how when we call the police as a nation of people, as Aboriginal Negroes of America, somehow we ended up getting deleted all the time? How do that work? How do you call the police for help, but you end up not here no more? What is really going on? SONYA in Chicago, out in Springfield, if I'm correct, that sister just called the police because she thought somebody was on her property burglarizing her. So she called the police for help. But see, who comes? The colonizers, those that don't look like you to come help you. Those that don't know your plight, that don't understand your lively, don't really care, got a history for not caring, got a history for already hating you, you call them for your help. And in turn, our beautiful sister in her kitchen get deleted off the planet. It's almost calling in your own assassin, you know what I mean? Literally. It's just what it is. Because at the end of the day, she called for help. And then the help that came was the colonizers who got a history, who hate her. And then turn around, she's gone. This is the reality of this. This is our norm. This ain't a disconnected from our history. This is our history till present time, going into the future. We keep trying to play denial like this is mishaps and this is disconnected, isolated incidents, and they're not. They're not. You can't have a history all the way up from the 1400s till now and call it an isolated incident. It's just reality of what we deal with here in America. Well, under the United States, the greatest criminal empire that we ever seen. That's just what it is. So when we look at Kingston Middle and Intermediate School campus out there in Ohio, where they was doing N-word slurs, threatening Negroes, the students, allegedly. Well, all the parents came in and complained about it to the school to get something done because, mass deletions all over United States. So the parents was rightfully so worried about what was being said because it was recorded. So it is recorded. So we do have the receipts that black children, Aboriginal Negro children in that school is being threatened. They got the video, which causes an alarm in the parents because they see what's been happening in the United States when these type of events go down in schools. So they want to prevent any type of future altercation. And in turn, they complain, and it falls on deaf ears. They complain about what's being said when it comes to what is being put out on a threatening side against black folks, anti-black hatred, to get justice. And they got to go from the state cops to the federals to the feds pushing this complaint because, when you complaining to people whose ears is attached to a history of hatred against you, they don't really care. You're not their people. You can keep pretending that this is equality and one nation under their God being crushed, but at the end of the day, you're your nation. And because you're your nation and you got a history here, that history is being maintained still to this day. by those that is attached to that history, those that benefited from that history, those that inherited generational wealth from that history till now. They're maintaining your oppression and your suffering. And that's all it is. And that's why that situation out there in Chicago, in Springfield, with our beautiful late sister now, SONYA, and what's going on right here at the school right now, not to mention, school in Ohio, not to mention the federal census for ethnic hate crimes, say you number one on the list, that hate crimes against Aboriginal Negroes of America jumped 1,000-fold. And guess what? They haven't gave you a bill passed yet to protect you against hate crimes. You think that's by accident? Do you think that's by accident? Or do you think it's because they want to continue the set quota and the set status that goes along with hating you? Because that's where we at. The problem is we keep lying to ourselves that it's going to get better, that one day we shall overcome. Yeah, okay, well, we better start overcoming a lot more quicker than what we've been overcoming, because at the end of the day, we still in the same boat, still haven't been liberated, still can't get justice for crime against humanity that has happened to our bloodline in the form of Holocaust massacres and genocides. They got money for everybody else, land for everybody else, businesses for everybody else, resources for everybody else, but else. Where do you think you're going in a system that treats you like this? You are the most mass incarcerated people in the world, the Aboriginal Negroes. You are the most hated and promoted hated people in the world, demonized daily on these platforms that the colonizers have. Where do you think you are going when it comes to going into the future like this? These are some of the things you need to ask yourself as adults, as parents, as people that has grandbabies coming to this world. Because at the end of the day, it's them that's going into the future that's going to have to deal with a more chaotic and hate-based future when it comes to dealing with them as Aboriginal Negroes of America or black people. It's just what it is. And if you're willing to stand to the side to allow your children to deal with what you haven't dealt with, shame on you. Shame on you, because at the end of the day, you see what's going on. You here, y'all helping to bring these babies into the world. Then we should be helping to make it safer for these babies coming into the world based off of what is going on with the same people that been dealing us this way till this day. They don't care about justice. They don't care about moral and humane treatment and right for our people. They don't care. They just don't care. Where's the humanity at in them? We've been looking for it for years now. Where's the honor at in them? We've been looking for it for years now. Where's the justice at from them? We've been looking for it for years now. And every time we look, they got an excuse not to show none of that to us. But yet still, we keep pushing on to be pushing on with hope and prayers that they're going to get better. Well, they're not. They're not. And if they're not going to get better, what you going to do about it in order to make it better? Because at the end of the day, this is where it stands. You see Nashville, Tennessee. They out there marching and doing all sorts of white supremacist, neo-Nazi type of marching, and there's nothing happening. There's no disbanding of them. There's no disbanding of the KKK. There's no disbanding of the white militias that's out there under white supremacy. They don't give a about you. They're not trying to make it better for you. The key is you got to make it better for you. This is the reality in which we stand, and we need to own it up. Stop looking around to individuals that are nice to you. Anybody that's an individual can be the most beautifulest person in the world, but we dealing with a collective here. And that collective is these nations around us that got anti-black hatred for you and our babies that's making it harder for us. And with that, I just don't get it. I just don't understand it. But that is the question. You let me know. Peace, peace.